Teithio dros ei llwybrau a thaim o'i hyd. Tir oedd ein dewinoedd ar gan yn un o'r gwynt yr
Hello and welcome to the Eryri podcast. Today we're going to be talking about the Carneddau Landscape Partnership, and this will be the last episode of 2025. So my name is Sophie.
And my name is Tara.
And we are the Community Engagement Officers for the current scheme. The scheme is funded by the National Lottery Heritage Fund, and it's been going on for the past 5 years, so from 2020 till 2025. And what we do is we work alongside around 22 partner organisations, organisations such as the National Trust, NRW, RSPB, different universities and community groups on around 26 different scheme projects, which is quite a lot. So we have a various amount of projects, all ranging from creating better access to the Carneddau landscape, whether that be educational access or physical access, working on nature conservation and working towards cultural heritage of the area as well. Sarah?
Yeah, so it's been a very diverse project, hasn't it? A very diverse scheme. And our roles, like Sophie mentioned right at the beginning, are community engagement officers for the scheme, which has been a really enriching role, I think. I think you'll agree, Sophie, where we've been able to work with various communities that circle the Carneddau. So we're talking community groups and schools and colleges, universities, volunteers. So a really big range of people that's been just absolutely phenomenal to work with, and it's been on all the different projects as well, hasn't it, Sophie? So we've been able to try to engage all these different people with the project. So we've been doing Neolithic axe excavations with people, we've done vegetation clearance, we've been counting chaff, we've been planting trees, we've been doing school sessions, we've been recording place names. I can carry on, and there's been so many different ways that people have been able to engage with this project, which has been really, really special. I mentioned volunteers there, and I do want to just throw in a little stat, a little bit of data, that over 1,000 people have actually volunteered on the scheme, so that's contributing over 2,600 volunteering days, which is just phenomenal. And the fact that people have been giving their time to conserve the Carneddau and learn about the Carneddau as they do so has been really, really special. Another way that we've been engaging with communities has also been giving out grants, so small community grants to community groups and schools, and on various different projects. So again, we've done things like giving grants to do forest schools, lots of carnivals, biodiversity fairs, traditional skill workshops and guided walks. So again, the list goes on and on. There's just been so many different ways in which we've been working with people, which has been really, really special, isn't it, Sophie?
Yeah, it's been one of the most rewarding things, I think, just as you mentioned there, Tara, just the various ways we've been able to engage with the public of the Carneddau, whether that be on the land or in a classroom, amongst various different age ranges as well, just engaging people and wanting people to continue to celebrate, protect and discover the Carneddau for the future has been one really rewarding part of our roles as well. And I do realise now that we haven't mentioned where the Carneddau is, so if you're listening and you aren't aware, so the Carneddau mountain range is in the north of Eryri, and we are one of the quieter mountain ranges, I believe, but we are also very, very special. And again, it's just one of the factors that when this scheme was established, just an area of Eryri, a quieter area of Eryri that holds so much heritage and nature, yes, and of course people as well. It's just made the place so special and has made our roles and our jobs so enjoyable as well. And as you mentioned as well, Tara, we've been engaging in different ways, so through kind of community grants and through volunteering days as well. We've also kind of extended our roles at times and worked on interpretation, worked on educational resources as well. So I've been really enjoying the different kind of ways we've been engaging with the public. Tara, what has been your favourite part of your role since we've gotten
Oh
in?
gosh, I just feel like, this role has been really, really special, and I've learned so much on this scheme. But I think my favourite part is what my role kind of suggests, which is the engagement with people. I think it's just been my favourite part. The diversity of people that we've been able to work with, and also engaging with people who maybe don't always see themselves on the landscape. So those people or groups that don't tend to be the ones that you think of being able to come out on the land. It's been really special being able to facilitate sessions with them, be those sessions on the landscape, or be that sessions in the communities, be that sessions that are more creative, because again, the Carneddau Mountains, yes, they're a mountain range, but they're also like, I like saying, like, they're also a feeling as well, that you can take inspiration from them and create. So we've done lots of poetry workshops with people that have been taking inspiration from the land and the animals and nature, and that's been really nice that we've been able to hopefully make it a little bit more accessible to everybody in the community, rather than everybody who are just the ones that can get up onto the top of the mountain. But yeah, and I also think one thing that's been really special to me is I always like paraphrasing David Attenborough, because his quote is, "No one will protect what they don't care about, and no one will care about what they have never experienced." So I think in our roles, being able to help people experience the Carneddau in a variety of ways will hopefully make sure that more people protect it into the future. So yeah, the people.
Yeah, I really like that quote, and kind of adding to that in terms of, yes, right, it's in our job description name, I suppose, engaging with people in various different ways. And I think that quote, that kind of does it justice as well. No one will care about what they haven't experienced. Giving those experiences, especially towards the younger generations as well, who will grow up protecting and living the Carneddau as we all do. That is one really key aspect that's been so important to our roles as well. Creating this new age of conservationists, historians and protectors of the Carneddau, and just extending that knowledge that the Carneddau is here to stay, and it is here for everyone as well, any kind of age or any kind of ability, whether you mentioned, whether you're able to go to the tops of the mountains or not, you want to do a creative workshop, it is for everyone to enjoy as well. We've spoken a little bit about the kind of diverse range of people working on a diverse range of projects that we have got, as you mentioned earlier as well, Tara. Out of the 26, which project do you think has had the most impact on you?
I always think that this changes from day to day. I think it changed from day to day because they've just all been so special in their own ways. But I think my favourite one is probably the vegetation clearances. I think it's just brought so many people together, so many partners together, because that's another special element of this scheme, is that we've been working alongside so many different partners with such a vast knowledge. I always feel like they're treasure troves of knowledge, and their energy, we've been working really well together to facilitate all these different projects for people. So working alongside partners, and then being able to gather different volunteers together to work on the land with us, whether that's young people, whether that's the older generation, like I said, whether it's people who've never been on the land before or never done that type of work. I think the vegetation clearances have been able to bring those people together a lot. And also, it's not just one element of the Carneddau that project focuses on. We're clearing vegetation that has benefits for the natural environment, it has benefits for wildlife, and it has benefits for our heritage as well. We tend to be clearing historical sites, and so it has this amazing kind of tapestry of positive effect And so I've always really, really enjoyed that. And then it's actually a really lovely film, isn't it, Sophie, that we commissioned from Cymru to Peak Films on our YouTube that kind of delves into the project and really does capture the energy that project has created. So do check out our YouTube channel, because there are so many different films that you can watch that will educate and entertain, and they're just really, really brilliant. So yes, in a snapshot, vegetation clearance. What about you, Sophie? What have you really enjoyed?
I think potentially the same answer as you started off with is that my answer changes every day. Luckily with 26 projects, you've got a number of days to be able to pick a different favourite project each day for at least a month. So I think currently the first one that springs to mind has to be our Lleisiau Carneddau, has to be our Carneddau Voices project. As Tara mentioned a minute ago, we have got several films on our YouTubes of various different things, and one of those things are our oral history films that have been created, along with, as we mentioned, the poetry workshops and school workshops that we've done as well. We recently did a Calan Gaeaf workshop with Ysgol Aberconwy, where they've created a series of short films. So again, if you do get a chance to watch some of our films on our YouTube, that would be incredible. But I think in terms of our Lleisiau Carneddau project, hearing people's voices and stories and memories of their experiences in the Carneddau has been very special to us. Getting to know people around the Carneddau, around in these communities, and their experiences and their lives that they have brought up with in the Carneddau, and how the Carneddau is such a different and special place individually for every single person. And it's really touched heart with us for a lot of different reasons, I think. And again, just being able to engage with the landscape in various different ways without physically needing to go on the mountains, such as the poetry workshops as well. I think Lleisiau Carneddau will always be a special one to my heart, I think.
Yeah, no, really, really special. And I guess, a lot of these films that we've been mentioning, like, that's part of the legacy of the scheme, isn't it, Sophie, that this information is always going to be out there. It's always going to be available to people, as well as the resources that we've created and the information online. But, legacy in a snapshot, the scheme is coming to an end. However, we hope that there will be a really strong legacy within the partnerships and also the community links that have been created through the scheme. As we've kind of mentioned, there's been so many amazing community groups and community involvement in the partnership that now those links have been created with our partners as well, that hopefully will just strengthen as it goes on. And hopefully more and more opportunities for people to connect with the landscapes and possibly the different projects that will still be carried on the landscape.
Yeah, I think that's a really good point, Tara. Even though us here as ourselves, as a scheme is finishing, it's inaccurate in the sense that the protection and the continuation of the Carneddau partnership is coming to an end, because the partnership itself was the foundation. It was creating those networks, as you mentioned, and creating the connections between people and land and the communities with the partners as well, with various different organisations that have all helped to continue on this scheme. That foundation has now been established, and so yes, it's sad that as a scheme, as an operation, are coming to an end, but it's hopeful for the future that those connections and those foundations have been established, and we've got, as you mentioned, a new network of people now that are going to continue working and protecting the Carneddau for the future. Yeah.
Because we're really keen, aren't we, to see this not as a sad thing that the scheme's ending, but more a celebration of what's been achieved by partners, by community members. And we'd just like to actually, ending this podcast now, is to just thank everyone. The amount of energy that's been poured into this partnership has been absolutely amazing, and not just by volunteers, but it's by all the staff and everybody who has given even an ounce of energy into this. Just diolch yn fawr iawn. Thank you so much for your participation in it. It's been amazing. It's been brilliant.
It's been absolutely amazing, and to all of you listening, please continue to protect, celebrate and discover the Carneddau for the future.